Welcome back to my next Shameless Season 10 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you are caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find out you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, I have seen Shameless all the way through at least one time. There's some episodes I've seen more than others, but for the most part, Shameless is a really good show. The first 7 to 8 seasons are really good. The end of season 8 into season 9 is okay to good. And then we have season 10 and 11, which I remember not liking, but I'm going to reserve judgment. Maybe I'll like it this time around. Who knows? But I hated the final season. So, and again, if you've seen every single episode of Shameless and you want to hear my thoughts on the series finale of Shameless, click right here for my Shameless series finale rant video, assuming, again, that you've seen every single episode of Shameless. And I'll put that at the end of this video with about 20 seconds left. That'll be the end screen. So with all that said, this will be Shameless Season 10, Episode 4. The title of this episode is called A Little Gallagher Goes a Long Way. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So Debbie takes the rest of the money Mikey and Frank made. Debbie says she's buying a car with the rest of the Fiona money. Even though Mikey had the dialysis, he's still not well. He wants to be a businessman. That's kind of like his last request, sort of. So Frank is going to help him out with that. Debbie's looking for another job since her other job is on strike, she tells Liam. Kev has started a buy and sell business. V is talking to her new best friend, Mimi. Frank tells a kid that he by a fountain that him and Mikey are wish granters. And then Mikey talks about losing everything. His father, even his father, committed suicide. Lip goes to a sober parenting meeting. Immigration agents come to Annie's place, or Anne's place. Anne's legal, but they give her a hard time and they racial profile these immigration agents or these cops, whatever you want to call them. Frank tells Mikey will make you look damn dapper, and Mavar gives Liam the bad news of the old woman dying, his great aunt, and then Mavar invites Liam to his great aunt's celebration of life, essentially, and then he pulls a coin out of Liam's ear like he's a magician. Okay, so Liam's like, okay, something's wrong with this guy. Frank and Mikey go to eat. Of course, they bail on paying for it at the end. Debbie catches up with Megan. I don't know if we've met Megan before, but I don't recall her at the grocery store. She tells her to revisit the child support situation. Lip talks with Sarah. That's the one that held Fred in the last episode while he was smoking. And she tells Lip that she teaches babies how to swim. Frank and Mikey, when they decide not to pay for their meal at the breakfast hotel, then they take a couple gentlemen's briefcases when they go up for seconds. They also take the ride that they're in. Liam says something's not right about Mavar. Debbie finds out that Derek is actually dead. I didn't remember this at all. I wonder how closely I paid attention to Shameless Season 10, because I did not remember that Derek died. Pepe tells Debbie she's not welcome here. Lori is at Captain Bob's, is mad that a caravan of Mexicans come into the restaurant. They just buy soda and use her Wi-Fi and slow it down. Carl volunteers to let some of the folks stay at the Gallagher house to help Annie out. Liam questions Mavar. Mimi goes to see V again. Anne's whole family comes to the Gallagher house. Debbie tells Carl that Derek died. Carl says there should be like $100,000 involved with his passing. That's why people go to the military. Debbie finds out that the death benefit has been paid and nothing to Franny or herself. Frank and Mikey are at this self-promotion seminar thing. Debbie goes back to Pepe. She apologizes for being kind of cold last time. And then Debbie's like, I want what's entitled to Franny. Mikey and Frank start to fight, and then Mikey says, they patch things up, and then Mikey says this is the best day of his life. And then Mimi says V's a genius. Like, she told her to bring pickles for all these, like, bosses, and they really liked her. And, like, Megan has introduced Debbie to Patty, and she's going to get Debbie paid with the Derek Fund. Mikey tells Frank he's got to go back to prison to get free health care. Mikey has one more drink, and he says that's it for a while. Liam collects money from the distant relatives and says it's for flowers to put on the great-great-aunt's grave or whatever it is, casket. And the Mavar's upset. He's like, family's everything. And like Liam's like, yeah, whatever. You're a weirdo. And basically, Mavar actually says, fuck you to Liam. Mavar says he hates the Gallaghers, all of them, as they bring out the worst in everyone. Tammy comes home. Lip's a little surprised that she just randomly shows up. And then Tammy holds Fred. Carl's dancing with Ann. And then Kelly returns. Oh my God, hey! Carl and Debbie go to hug Kelly. And then she says, what the fuck? Why are there so many Mexicans here? Frank tells Mikey he'll stop drinking if it will keep Mikey out of jail. And Frank says he prayed when Mikey was getting dialysis. And Mikey says, I hope my last day on earth is with you, my friend. And then Mikey tells Frank, don't ever stop drinking. And then Mikey punches a cop and gets put into a squad car. Frank, of course, is upset. Kev gets woken up in the middle of the night. There's this guy that kept trying to take things at the alibi, and Kev would call him a crackhead. Well, he's trying to steal the microwave, and he's not a crackhead, he says. And then Kev's like, well, let me fix you a sandwich if you're hungry. And he's like, no, I want to sell this microwave to get more crack. I thought you were hungry. Yeah, hungry for crack. Get the fuck out of my house. Or get out of my house, Kev says. And that's what ends this episode of Shameless. So some of the stuff I didn't remember. I'm going to score it a 7.3 out of 10. And my characters of the episode, for the guys, I mean, Frank and Mikey were awesome in this episode. I don't think we see Mikey again. I don't know if we get confirmation that he dies or his character just doesn't get mentioned again. And then for the females, we have Debbie, we have V. I'm going to go with Sarah in this one. Even though she didn't have a big role in the episode, I feel like I need to give it to somebody else for this particular episode of Shameless. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms, and remember, I cover a lot of things on this channel. Too many things, probably. I'm sure that Shameless isn't going to be the only thing that you like, so go to my playlist. I got UFC live fight reactions, Dexter, Walking Dead, Lucifer, Big Bang Theory, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, movie rankings, franchise ranking videos. I'm sure there's something else that you'll like. I already said share the video with a friend. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Shameless. What would you rate it? And who, if you had to choose, would be your male and your female character of the episode? Let me know any of your thoughts. Remember to click right here for my Shameless series finale rant video. Again, if you've seen every single episode of Shameless. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.